of Lagos. We are here in Ogba, Ikeja to be precise, in the bustling city of Ikeja. Okay, I have my wonderful reviewers with me here this morning. They're here to do justice to newspaper headlines this morning. Thank you for watching Flip TV and also subscribing to our channel. We appreciate your kind patronage. We have a GoFundMe account that will help you contribute so that we can upgrade our facilities and give you better journalism. Okay, today we are looking at different topics. I have the Daily Sun with me, and I also do have the Nigerian Tribune. Above the masthead of the Nigerian Tribune, court criticizes others, DSS to produce 12 detained Igboho's 8 August 12. Court criticizes and orders DSS to produce 12 detained Igboho's 8 August 12th. Only 3 aides being held, that is, the SS has reported that they have only 3 aides with them. Looking at the fact that it was reported that DSS raided the home of Sonny Igboho and took 12 persons, but now the DSS has come back and say that they have only 3 aides with them. Zulum inaugurates 1,000 hunters to protect farmers. Zulum inaugurates 1,000 hunters to protect farmers. Buni status, confusion at APC secretariat. Buhari's aides minister insists on the solution of committee. Confusion at APC secretariat. Buhari's aides minister insists on the solution of committee. Congresses will hold on schedule. Caretaker committee. Congresses will hold on schedule. Below the masthead, we have not jettison restructuring. That's Adebanjo. We have not jettison restructuring. Adebanjo is speaking. NIMC captures more than 60 million Nigerians for NIN. More than 60 million Nigerians have been captured for NIN. Federal government cuts price of gas to power from $2.50 to $2.18. Federal government cuts price of gas to power from $2.50 to $2.18. IGP orders probe as hush puppy fingers Kyari in alleged $1.1 million fraud. IGP orders probe as hush puppy fingers Kyari in alleged $1.1 million fraud. U.S. court orders top cops arrest. U.S. court orders top cops arrest. How he was linked to money laundering. That is from FBI. How he was linked to money laundering. Hush puppy only sent 300,000 for Qatar. I connected him with my tailor. Kyari clarifies. Hush puppy only sent 300,000 naira for Qatar. I connected him with my tailor. Kyari clarifies. In 8 months, Amotekun lost 7 personnel in Oyo Makinde, saying that in 8 months, Amotekun lost 7 personnel in Oyo State. BDCs still provide forex services. That is from APCON. BDCs, Biridi Change, still provide forex services despite CBN ban. APCON is saying that. 2023, Atiku meets Wike over unity, stability in PDP. 2023, Atiku meets Wike over unity, stability in PDP. Education. Nigeria's size, population, major challenge for any government. Buhari is saying that Nigeria's size, population, major challenge for any government. Buhari is saying that. Let's move to the Sun paper this morning. IPOB flays army for shutting Imo market. IPOB flays army for shutting Igbo market. Alleged 1.1 million naira bribe. Super Cup, Abba Kyari in trouble. Super Cup, Abba Kyari in trouble for alleged $1.1 million bribe. U.S. court orders arrest of Super Cup Abba Kyari. IGP approves probe of IRT boss. IGP approves probe of IRT boss. DSS fails to produce 12 Igboho's aides in court. DSS fails to produce 12 Igboho's aides in court. Lagos, Sanwo-Olu moves to stem hike in food prices. In Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu moves to stem hike in food prices. Buhari expecting PIB Electoral Act Amendment Bill. Presidency saying that Buhari is expecting PIB Electoral Act Amendment Bills. Presidency. Conduct all polls same day in 2023. Kalu tells INEC. Conduct all polls same day in 2023. Kalu tells INEC. Restructuring. Secession, not solution to Nigeria's problem. We're saying restructuring, secession, not solution to Nigeria's problem. You can read that on the Sun paper this morning. 2023, Nigeria are waiting for PDP to return. 2023, Nigerians are waiting for PDP to return. That is from Atiku. Our people won't go back to Egypt, says APC. Our people won't go back to Egypt, says APP. Anambra gubernatorial campaign. PDP begins campaign August 9 as Obi Ozigbo calls for unity. That's it for April. This morning I have my wonderful review ahead. Good morning, Mr. David.
Good morning to you, Mr. Christian Chukwu.
So many things happen in Nigeria today.
So many things they happen, brother. I don't see.
Just like what happened in Nasarawa State.
Okay.
Ministry of Finance have such money in their office, 100 million. I thought we are in the virtual and digital age.
Mr. Christian Chukwu, there's a saying that say, good morning to our lovely and esteemed viewers. There's a question that say, if you ask me, now who I will ask? Yesterday when I saw the report, I was like, 100 million. Why would 100 million be kept in a corporate environment? Why? You know the implication. It doesn't all go well. It doesn't go well. 100 million kept. If for the fact that these people, the civil servant, does not have interior motive towards the money. Now they have now claimed that government invaded the office and cut away with such amount of money. In the first place, what is the money doing there? Or what use? Or what purpose is the money? The money is not supposed to be there. Is there no bank? Someone might have authorized that money to have been kept in that place for his own personal use. That is the reason, yes. It's because their own personal use. Yes, because in a country that has rule of law, 100 million should not be there. Should not be in a corporate environment. And now the Ministry of Finance, Minister of Finance just does documentation. The money is not supposed to be there. Now the money has been carted away by government. Who are the government? Who invited this government to come and cut away this money? Because it is only Nigeria you can go away with what? So many atrocities. It is also bad. 100 million doing there for what? And people are suffering. And because of one civil servant, one public servant, just kept 100 million in the Ministry of Finance office just for his own personal use. And now, I bet you that investigation will be swept under the carpet. Nobody will be arrested and apprehended and tried.
Let's look to another top story. Abba Kyari in trouble over alleged fraud scandal. Abba Kyari in trouble over alleged fraud involving fraud with Hush Puppy.
They are Super Cup. Now,
an allegation.
We know he's not proven guilty. He has not been guilty. Otherwise, it's just an allegation now. And the US said, have sent a warrant of arrest. Now, I want to know if Buhari would
decline,
assent to that, because now the way he also for that man in Namikanu. Now his own brother, they are Super Cup, they are Super Decorated Cup.
Nigerian Super Cup.
Which one is Nigeria Super Decorated Cup? His Buhari Super Decorated Cup. Buhari has always been championing him as the saint, as a good man, as the did. Now, US said they want him now. Let's see if Buhari will release him. So he should go and face investigation. Abba Kyari came up with so many stories. Abba Kyari think he can brainwash us. Did you see what Abba Kyari came up with? He said, Shop saw a cloth he was putting on. He said he liked the clothes.
Only sent 300,000 for Capsan.
That is what I'm trying to illustrate. He said Hush Puppy saw a cloth he was putting on. And then Hush Puppy liked the clothes. He now asked him who helped him sew his clothes. He said it was his tailor. So Hush Puppy sent the money to the tailor. And the tailor sent his account number to Hush Puppy. Hush Puppy now paid him the money. And the cloth was brought to Abba Kyari's office. Now, that is not the irony of it. That was not even what transpired. That was not. FBI said that was not even transpired. FBI said there was one Vincent that Hush Puppy and the guy transact a business together, and Hush Puppy asked Abba Kyari to help him arrest the guy because of Hush Puppy wanted wanted to what connive with with what Abakari and die the money. That is what really transpired. Now I believe there are a lot of evidence. So if he feels he's guilty, he should he should give himself out for arrest. Let them arrest him and then let him face the court of law if he's guilty. Because up until now, there are so many allegations out on him. And Abakari, I will not say if he's a thief. Investigation is still going on. So I'm not the right person to conclude if he's guilty or not.
Okay, Nigerians waiting for PDP to return. Article.
Who are the
Now
Nigerians?
APC now say our people won't go back to Egypt. Says APC.
Both the APC and the PDP they are best of same feather. Both the APC and the PDP they are best of same feather. But in this scenario, in this context, border it is better for us to go back to Egypt.
That is PDP.
Yes, in this context, so it is better for us to go back to Egypt because someone promised you, said this is the promised land, and ever since then, you are still in Egypt. So PDP should even take us back to the Egypt era because ever since APC came on board, they have no dividends of democracy. It's the country, the country, the country, the country, the country has slided into what anarchy. No good governance, no good road, everything, poverty, hunger, starvation, dollar, inflation. It is not better for us to go back to the PDP era, whereby you can buy a bag of rice for as low as
Are you
3,000
saying that
naira.
if the PDP comes back, things will be better?
I am not saying that. It will be even fair. It will be fair. It was fair compared to the APC era. It was fair. Though the PDP to also have their own fair share too of the game. Them too never made Nigeria uh, mm, uh, an attractive nation. But then it was fair. People, people can eat, people can sleep. There was not much tax on what on on Nigerians compared to now. Now the hardship is just too much, and you can see that it is well within. Now if I should choose, that is if there will be election come 2023. That is if there will be election, because the way it stands now, I don't think there will be election. You can see the kind of people we have. These people are not even bringing out policy that will help you and I. All what after is election. There is big trouble in the land. Nobody's even talking about that. All what they're talking about is election. Now, Atiku is now going around states, meeting governor because of 2023 election. Tinubu too is now consulting because of 2023 election. Now, are you now saying if those people tomorrow as in office, the interest of you and I will not be protected? Atiku has not for one day condemned anything that is happening in this country. The killing, Atiku has not condemned it. Nothing that Atiku has condemned. Now, towards the period to election, he is now coming out to say that people we are waiting for PDP. Who are those waiting for the PDP? Who are those?
Okay.
Same thing with Tinubu.
Okay.
I bet you, Mr. Kelechukwu, there might be no election. If Nigeria is not what restructured, because the way things are going, people can barely sleep with their two eyes closed. You can see corruption left and right, everywhere, center, everywhere corruption. And the hardship is biting harder again. It's really hard on us.
Okay. Any final thought, Mr. David?
My final say is that Nigeria has become a center whereby every public office holder just go there, pick the money and siphon the money. Pick the money and loot the money. Pick the money, loot the money. Pick the money. How long shall we continue with this? Is it not better for us to go our separate ways? Now, they say the primary function of government is to protect life and property. Now, where lies the hope of the common man that does not go around with the police? People are being butchered on daily basis. Government cannot protect. If government cannot protect you and I, what is the hope of the common man? That is why, in this point, I say, let every region go their separate ways. They should allow us go. They are tired so that the Hausa can have Nigeria all. to themselves.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. A wonderful one from Mr. David. Greeting everybody here this morning. I have people that are also responding. We have a GoFundMe account. You can help and contribute to that account. The link is pinned on the chat. You can see the link on the chat. Support Flip TV's independent journalism and long impact records. So donate to this GoFundMe account, and we appreciate if you do so. Okay.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Christian.
We had just early this morning that Benin Republic would consider deporting Sunday Igboho
To
to
Nigeria.
Nigeria
Is that the breaking news?
this morning.
Is that the breaking news? Wow.
You can see that Nigeria is now showing itself as a giant of Africa. Exact impression.
In a,
What's your take?
in a negative way or in a positive way? You know, I've been expecting this. You see that country, that tiny country called Cotonou. They are always rebel in that area. And being a francophone country, they are always dogged set of people. I've been emphasizing this, that the Nigerian government might want to swap the economic, gains with the Benin Republic. Okay, you guys, your border will close, we'll open it for you to be bringing in your goods. And mind you, Nigeria is like the heartbeat. You know what I mean by the heartbeat? Without Nigeria, Benin Republic cannot survive. And I look at it as, what can bargaining power, they went on bargaining power. Say, if I release Sunday Igboho, will you, open up all the borders you've locked up?
No, the border to Benin Republic is open already.
It's open already.
Yes.
But there are some goods that are banned from coming in. There are some Benin Republic goods that are banned from coming in. You could see that our trade relationship on the port issue. Like before, majority of cars coming into Nigeria always come from Cotonou, and which hands them a lot of, income, internal revenue in that Benin Republic. So just look at Benin Republic as a betrayer, and they've sowed a seed of hatred for most of the Nigerian youth. Because this is the last thing I expected from them, and it's a shame for a country called Benin Republic to be towing. They started well, in which I believe they want to carry out due process on the trial of, Igboho, and which everybody was hailing their judiciary system. But for them to now arrive at deporting Igboho back to Nigeria, I think is
They
one.
plan to do so.
They planned.
They plan to do so.
But I think if there's any stiff opposition from there, either from the lawyer, either from the citizen, Nigerian citizens, the Yorubas in Cotonou, I think it will be better for lobby to start happening now. Sunday Igboho must not come back to Nigeria yet. Once he come back, it's going to be good justice all around. Because if somebody you've not given fair trial, I'm not holding forth for any atrocity anybody has committed, but you must be a due trial. There must be a fair hearing for any alleged criminal or alleged suspects. It's not yet a criminal until you prove yourself in court, right? But in Nigeria here, the Gestapo way the security men use in arresting people is as if the person has been condemned as a criminal already. So, and I always say the civic space is big enough for everybody to occupy. But why are they choking some people, and some people are having a free, day with this civic space? They can do and undo, and they can do anything and go scot-free, right? And what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Look at the bandits. In as much as you cannot declare the bandits terrorists, and you cannot bring any one of them to book, how do you want to believe you are not carrying out a sectional, victimization, sectional arrest and sectional oppressive? So what he's saying now is, bring everybody on the table. Let's have the bandits leader arrested. Let's have the sponsor of the Boko Haram arrested. You could see things are coming out now. You could hear what is coming out from the FBI in America now. That one day, no, I'm even going. This late son Sultan son. One day the hunter, and the hunter go
Become the hunted.
become the hunter. You know, so it's what is going on now. You can see what is happening.
Can you say on that Abba Kyari?
Man, it's you know, Nigerian generally, money is the language, right? And it's not only Abba Kyari. I still expected some names to be dropping from, you know, some political bigwigs that collide with this house puppy that went to Dubai. We all know what, when this case started, there are still going to be a lot of names that will be mentioned. Thank God it's not like Yahoo Boy, they said they catch along with me, or the FBI mentioned along with him. They are the government key security, you know, personnel. But it's good all these things are coming out. You know, it's just a country that the more you look, the less you see.
Okay, let's look at 2023 elections. Nigerians waiting for PDP to return. That's Atiku. Nigerians waiting for PDP to return. APC is now responding. Our people won't go back to Egypt.
Well, our people will not go back to Egypt. Yeah, our people, I think I will still now respond further. Our people must not go back to Egypt of APC, Egypt of Israel, Egypt of PDP, because those two parties, you know, I've zeroed my mind on them, and I want the youth likewise to zero their mind on the APC, PDP, because those people, who is saying that? Who is saying that person must go and check his brain? Who is saying that their PDP is better than APC? This same PDP, let me just tell you, a lot of atrocity happened under PDP. Let's assume they brought out food for us, for them to eat. Everybody was feeling well, but the main thing was the poverty, abject poverty was still there, in which they just paint. They started painting the achievement as if they've done on and on. Look at how many, the old money, before the two parties, let me even go too far. Before they can present themselves as a saint or as a better off party, let them return all the loot. All of them have embezzled in this country. You see, when you have a party that came in that time, that is going to rule Nigeria for 60 years, were you aware of that? This same people, and I'm telling you, the PDP and APC, they are like Siamese twins, you know. But we, the youth, were blinded because of the handouts they were giving out then. Nevertheless, I never collected any handout. It's just about passion, you know, for the justice to reign. Because mine is justice, justice, justice. You know, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. You create some people as a monster in government with our money, hard-earned money, the money that's supposed to circulate for the masses. Some people will sit down on it and be forming chairman, you know, chair lady, chairman on it, be oppressing likewise. They use their money to oppress. And nevertheless, we the youth, we forgot that they are our servants. We send them there to serve us, not them to be the lord over us. Now they are proving lord over us. Look at, for God's sake, an average politician when they are moving. They've never looked at PDP or APC. Escorts, all the security men that are supposed to secure us, they've attached them to all this so-called politrician, not politician, politric. They are politrician. Yeah, full of tricks. And I think people should not celebrate what Atiku said. All of them are aspire politicians. We should grow the new breed politician. That is, if you want to be. And the main thing in my own mind is restructuring. Let us restructure this country. This country is failing up. Even it's more or less a failed state now.
Somebody just said restructuring is secession, not solution to Nigeria's problem. That is from Audu Ogbe.
Mr. Audu Ogbe has been enjoying Nigerian goodies right from Obasanjo time. Mr. Audu Ogbe has been in government. Along is a renowned farmer, but all his life he has been in government, enjoying the government goodies. So why won't he, you know? But when we see a country that is not working for us, it's not working, it's not going to work for our future generation. I have children. What's their future in this country? So he is saying that because he's secured. Anybody that is saying we cannot restructure in this country, that means that person has a gain, has what is gaining in this country. And it's not everybody that is gaining. You know, I gain nothing from this country as I am now. Since I've been now, I'm a self-employed person. I got my job myself. I got my client myself. No government intervention. No government fund. All these things that said the donors for startup fund they give to entrepreneurs. I've got nothing. So why would I now believe in a Nigerian that is not working? Let us have restructure. Let us restructure this country for the betterment of everyone, not for just for the betterment of some clique. And why the others will be suffering and smiling, and they always be smiling, suffering. You know, that's the just tag name of Nigerians. Suffer, smile. Suffer, smile. People can't even voice out. Noise, they want to kill our voice, but the voice must not be killed. We have to keep talking, engaging. Actually, when you give someone, rightful criticism, it should even be applauding you for exposing his lackness that he could not see. But in Nigeria here, once you talk, they will send, security men after you. So is there any civic space? There's no civic space. That is why we are the way we are. People are feared. People are scared to talk, and talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. We're not doing anything. Nobody can come now that means I'm just saying the real thing that is happening in this country. We should not hide it. We should not hide it. Look at the power grid that just dropped down. So for any party, PDP, to start coming up, you know their name? Party. That is their name. APC too. They have their own slogan, which is a failure party likewise. So Nigerian youth should think and look for a vibrant party they can click to. Okay. Gani came out that time, we were asleep. We could not join National Conscience Party. We were all looking at these people whether as if they are our messiah. And we forget that the age brackets of our leadership and the followership is very wide. They were looking at these are sick kids, they are youth, their brain is not all ripe enough to know what we're doing, to take over government or to rule. So that kindergarten level is what they are still, but we are telling them now that we have grown up. When they were like us, Obasanjo was 30-something, early 30s when he was president, military head of state. Gowon was how old? Well, Gowon was in his late 20s when he was head of state. Babangida, how old was he when he took over the government then? Buhari, how old was he when Buhari and Nigeria took over government? Why can't they now give the youth space to enjoy the benefit of this country, not to steal us? Look at all the youths that went to school. They are all either Okada driver, bus driver, Korope driver. Is that what? And those days when you left school, before you even graduate, 3 different jobs must have been waiting. So what Nigeria? What kind of country are we now? And what kind of leadership we have now? So we need to think deep.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kunle.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Bye. Okay. I have my wonderful gentleman here with me this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing good.
You're doing fine. How is the country doing for you?
What can I say about the country? This country, we have 2 laws that govern us here. I've always said it.
Okay.
We have 1 law for the south and 1 law for the north. It's not supposed to be so. You understand? You say we are practicing a federal constitution, or one constitution, but whereby in a nation like in the south, what police can do here, police cannot do there. What EFCC can do here, they can't do there. Where there are Isba police, where there are Islamic police.
But the
it's not supposed to be so.
Gave room for that, Sharia law. When you read the Nigerian constitution, there's a provision for Sharia
What
law.
I'm going to say is that we are practicing political Sharia law. What is the meaning of Sharia? Sharia is an Islamic word now. Sharia is supposed to bring equality among the citizens, so that's what I'm saying. But now, how they doing that? The Fulani oligarchy, they are using that Sharia against the poor people. How many times have you ever seen a rich man convicted? They cut the hand of the poor man. They just, you understand? They beat them for having all these things. You don't cover your head for the poor people. The rich daughter, do they follow the Sharia? No. So we have 2 laws in one country. It's not supposed to be so.
Okay, let's look at Abba Kyari. He has been fingered in a $1.1 million fraud with hush puppy. What's your take on that? Looking at a super cop in Nigeria, as respected, that has, in quotes, integrity.
I love that word, in quotes. Who really has, who is better to have integrity in this nation? I've always said it. If there's any leader that have integrity in Nigeria, it is that man that died. It was Yaradua. the first ever president to declare that asset, the only president that brought down the price of petrol. Look at our president now. His name, Baba Buhari, he has integrity. How now? Someone that has been going to London hospital for the last 40 years. They said it, Prematism said it, for the last 40 years. They said it's not rich. Oh. Now who is giving money to go to London hospital? I'm not going there. The Super Cup. He has integrity. Now we can see. This is integrity. And there are a lot of them in that system. But with the way things are going, I'm very happy. By this time next week, you start hearing more names coming out. People that you see that have been protected, they will start coming out one by one. The names will continue to come out. All the people that we see, okay, they have integrity. No, they don't have anything. You understand? But they have been protected by selected few so-called powerful forces in Nigeria. I'm telling you that if this man were to be a Yoruba man or a man, or an Isekiri man, or a Delta man, hey, he would have resigned by now. He would have forced him to resign. But now there's a place he comes from that are very powerful. They're not going to do anything to him. But I'm happy. This is an international criminal something now. The FBI, they are involved. I want to see how he's going to come out clean from it. I don't think he will come out.
Are you saying he's guilty? Because it's an allegation. It's an
yes,
allegation.
Yes, and I'm not a court. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. But the facts are there. You understand? Even he admitted that okay, they sent $8,000 to me. My question is, are you a tailor? When did the person become a tailor overnight? That's what I'm saying. So that is it.
Okay. 2023, Nigerians are waiting for PDP to return. That is article. APC now responded and said our people won't go back to Egypt.
Now the question is, here is Egypt. Where are they returning to?
The APC is saying that PDP era was Egypt.
I understand now.
Okay.
Who is waiting for PDP to return? That's the first question.
Nigerians.
Now, no, now who are the Nigerians now? Who are they speaking for? You know, that's what I'm saying. Just like I don't think everybody is waiting like let there be another alternative. Me personally, I see PDP and APC as the same thing. That's my opinion. But when we look at the regime on a fair basis, PDP, they are better than APC. Go and ask the local man in the market, ask your car drivers, ask even somebody from the north. Which one do you prefer? Which regime do you prefer between the PDP and the APC? They will tell you it's the PDP. Bag of rice was 7,000 naira, 4 Jonathan left. 25,000 naira. Dollar. 160 naira to a dollar. Now over 500. So, but I don't think PDP is better. But now, like this, I would rather choose PDP over APC. Now they are saying, people won't go back. Who is your people that won't go back to Egypt? Where is Egypt? Nigeria was far better in 2015 than now. It's a fact. Politically, in terms of security, in terms of economy, ask the local people on the city, they will tell you Nigeria is far better, was far better than now in 2015 and now, as I'm talking about. So what are you telling me? Nobody's speaking for anybody now. That's what I'm saying. But if you are speaking for Nigeria, APC cannot speak for Nigerians. They have lost the confidence, they have lost the trust of all Nigerians.
They are in government.
I know. You can see what happened. Okay, let me give an example. See what happened in 2015 and this recently local council election. How many people came out? They are just tired of this government now. Everybody, ask the local people on the street, okay, let this man just, after this year, let him just go. And they are waiting for them to go. Which Egypt? Which Egypt? If 2015 is Egypt, I don't know what I call Nigeria now. I go to Nigeria now, Snake Island. Because everybody is feeling the heat. Even their members know. That's what I'm saying. So you can't say, they are not speaking for anybody, they are speaking for themselves.
So what are you going to advise young people, the youths, come 2023 election?
Get your PVC. You can go to social media and talk. You can post anything on social media. That will not count. Get your PVC. 3,000 naira will not do you anything. That's how they do. Take 5,000 naira. This money will finish before 1 week. Vote your conscience. I'm not going to vote for anybody. Just vote for the candidate. That individual. This man can do it. Vote for him so that you come back and complain. 2,000 naira. What are you going to buy? Now they're going to share Maggi, salt, sugar. That one can't do you anything. He can't change anything. Go and collect your PVC, register and vote for your conscience. And I think with that, then we can expect something to change in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, that is, he said, go get your PVC. I'm looking at the electronic bill that has been sent by the House, to Buhari, how it will play. Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
I want
Mr.
to clarify something from you. I know you are an intellectual.
By the grace of God.
Amen. Okay. My brother said go and get your PVC 2023. You're looking at that bill, electoral bill. how will your PVC be effective with such a bill that does not approve the e-transmission of results?
To be quite honest with you, we have never had free and fair election in Nigeria. Election in Nigeria has always been characterized with irregularities. Though what the constitution says is that if it substantially comply with Eastern laws, electoral acts, then it's acceptable. But in most cases, it doesn't substantially comply with the relevant constitution, aspect of the constitution that is supposed to guide election. We are looking at the Electoral Acts Amendment Bills of 2010, and with the decision of the two chambers trying to stop electronic transfer of election results, I don't think we are likely going to see a free and fair election in 2023.
So like the young man
I don't
said
think
that
vote will count. No, it's good people should go and get their PVC. Because even as we speak, the issue of electronic transfer of result is still in abeyance. It has not been resolved. We got to understand that the two chambers of the National Assembly, the Rep and Senate, they are going to come up with their respective conference committee. And the committee will harmonize the position of the two houses. Now, if because of the agitation, protest from Nigerians, if the conference committee results to go by the way of House of Rep, it implies that INEC will have the liberty, even as they are not being compelled by the constitution, the proposed constitution of section 52 subsection 1 of that electoral act. Even as they are not being compelled, they will now be given the leverage, the opportunity to decide whether to transmit election result electronically or not. That again have its own challenge, because at that level you need somebody who is ready to confront some evil powers. Because when it comes to that level, you are going to see politicians, because they know that the electoral body is at liberty to decide the mode of transmission of election results. They will now start using some government institution and influence to compel them not to transmit election results electronically in some areas of their interest. So at that level, it will demand for somebody who have the willpower, who is ready against all odds to do the right thing. That's why we were talking about specifics, that the constitution should compel INEC. It should not give INEC option, because that discretionary power is going to be explored by politicians to compromise the system.
Okay, let's look at Abba Kyari. He's involved in a fraud between him and Hush Puppy. U.S. court has ordered his arrest. He's a man that people see as having integrity. A police, a super cop. What will you say about his?
Looking at Abba Kyari, by his status as a deputy commissioner of police and as somebody who leads the IG Special Squad, and by training as a policeman, he's trained to investigate people, to investigate crime. And we can understand that he have investigated so many high-profile crime. Even the more celebrated arrest of the kidnapped billionaire in Lagos, Evans. I think he led the team that arrested Evans. So for me, I think the honorable thing to do is for him to surrender himself to American authority for possible prosecution. I am not pronouncing him guilty. He's innocent until proven otherwise by a court of competent jurisdiction. But the way it stands, now the image of Nigeria is at stake. The image of Nigerian police is at stake. The image of Nigerian police, the image of Nigeria, and his own personal image is at stake. So he has a responsibility to surrender himself to, because the way it stands, a court in America have already declared him wanted and even order FBI to arrest him. So the honorable thing for him to do is to surrender himself for prosecution. And looking at Mr. President, that pride himself as a man of integrity, as well who fight corruption, I think he should use this opportunity to demonstrate to the world that yes, I am Mr. Integrity, I am fighting corruption, and corruption have no room in my government. Because however I look at it, the executive controls the law enforcement agencies, quit police for commander. So directly the IG is under Mr. President because the president is the president and the commander of the armed forces. So to that extent, it is under Mr. President purview to order the IG of police to do the needful and ask the young man to go and clear his name. That notwithstanding, if he's not found wanting, he will come back and resume his duty post. But in the meantime, let him save the country this shame.
Do you smell any fish here?
The way it stands, it's not about whether I smell any fish. He's innocent until proven guilty by any court of competent jurisdiction. But America may have done their diligent investigation. But it's not in my position to preempt, to prejudice the outcome of the investigation or the outcome of the likely prosecution. But I can understand that, like in Britain, when Igboho was tried and discharged and acquitted in Nigeria, he got to Britain. When he was confronted with overwhelming evidence, he pleaded guilty. So what I'm trying to say in essence is, most of this foreign world country, they do their diligent investigation more than what we do here. And in their process of prosecution, their legal jurisprudence, there is no much corruption in it. So it is irrespective of your status in the society. If you are accused, you go through the litigation process. But in Nigeria, there are some category of persons that we accused. Nobody will touch them. If Abba Kyari were to be accused in Nigeria by a Nigerian, nobody would have been able to do anything to him. Just like you will see a military captain led some other military personnel to rescue Wadume, who is alleged to be a kidnapping pin. And the Nigerian police, under the same Abba Kyari, went to Taraba to arrest the man. From what we learned, the policemen were summarily killed by Nigerian military personnel under the instruction and supervision of a Nigerian military captain. Even at the level of the government ordering a probe, an investigation that was conducted by that was instituted by the former Chief of Defence Staff. The panel have adequately and promptly indicted the same captain and now other soldiers. But as we speak, because of Nigeria's scenario, because of how things work in Nigeria, nobody has been able to prosecute the captain and the other soldiers. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, who prosecute on behalf of federal government, who will say is the Attorney General of the Federation, who is supposed to prosecute on behalf of the federal government, took over the case. He merely charged some policemen and some other collaborators to courts, only with the flimsy excuse that the military command refused to surrender those military personnel for prosecution. So that's why I tell you that if they were to accuse an Abba Kyari in Nigeria, anything will not come out of it. But since he's been accused in a better society, I think American government should do everything within her power to exert diplomatic pressure on Nigeria to surrender him to face prosecution.
Okay, somebody is asking a question.
Okay.
He said, do you think Americans will surrender their citizens over something like this?
The person that is asking should understand how diplomacy works.
Okay.
America happens to be it doesn't matter, this is not sentiment. America happens to be a superior country to Nigeria. Look at what is happening in Benin Republic and Nigeria against Sunday Igboho. Even as all laws, all indication point to the fact that if you argue the extradition in Benin Republic, it's unlikely that Nigerian government will win the case. But for the feelers we are getting, it seems as if Benin Republic want to hand over Sunday Igboho to Nigerian authority against all odds, because Nigeria have a bearing influence in this part of the world. Don't forget that Benin Republic economy largely depends on Nigerian economy for survival. And if you look at the letter that was sent to Benin Republic by Nigerian government, you see that it was like a threat letter. So if Benin Republic eventually surrender Sunday Igboho to Nigerian authority against all odds, even when it was not justified, you should understand what I'm trying to say. That there is a way diplomacy works at this level. Is it not on record that American government came to Sokoto State to rescue that 27-year-old Philly Wanton who was kidnapped in
Yeah.
Nigeria, brought to Sokoto, even without the consent of Nigerian security agencies? Did they not breach our sovereignty? Did you question them? Is it not on record that American government went their spy drone was flying in Iran airspace one time, and Iran claimed that they breached their airspace, though they brought down the drone. But has Iran been able to do anything to America? It's not on record that America went to Iraq to kill that military diplomat Soleimani. Did they not breach the sovereignty of even Iraq and Iran? Has the world been able to call them to question? So at the level of international relations, there is a way this thing works. That's what the other person should understand.
Okay, 2003, Nigerians waiting for PDP to return. Atiku is saying Nigerians are waiting for
PDP and APC, they are the same thing.
APC is not saying that our people won't go back to Egypt.
Both of them, they are based on the same feather.
Which is better?
There is no one that is better. Because the same crop of politicians you see in APC are the one that left, most of them left PDP. So the same gimmick you are seeing with respect to election, this proposed electoral bill. If you have PDP in power, the same thing they will do. It's just that the Jonathan was different a little bit. The way and manner he allowed, what's it called, PVC to be used and smart card readers. That gave the election some level of credibility. But what would have given the much needed credibility we deserve is to allow election result transmit the electoral result electronically. That will boost the credibility of the election. Anything short of that, you are creating room for Nigerian politicians who are dubious in nature to explore all the lacuna to rig the election.
If you have only two choices, PDP, APC.
I will not vote.
At all.
I will not vote.
Why?
Because for me, they are based on the further. They will not offer any better option.
Somebody said, David said that PDP was better. The regime was better than.
In as much as I will not attack him because he reserves right of personal opinion. But in my own considered opinion, they are based on the same feather. Considering their antecedents and judging by the antecedents of this government, because this government has been in the saddle for the past 6 years running now. And considering the antecedents of PDP that ruled this country for over 16 years, they are based on the same feather.
Okay,
none of them offer any better alternative.
When we look at 2023 elections, we have two major contenders, that's the PDP and the APC, whether we like it or not. What are you going to tell a normal voter to do?
The issue, let me tell you this. Look at PDP and look at APC. You can extrapolate who becomes the candidate of the two leading political parties, and you may be 80% right.
I don't know yet.
I'm telling you,
APC's,
if you look at APC, it is very difficult to say Tinubu will not pick the ticket of APC come 2023. If you look at PDP, it's very difficult to say an Atiku will not pick the ticket come 2023.
PDP against Atiku versus.
That is the likely outcome.
Okay.
So if you have a designing mind politically, you go the truth. You can easily decipher the outcome of who becomes the flag bearer of the two leading political party. And these are people who have ruled in different capacities in this country in the past. They belong to the old politicians who have been recycling themselves. And we are yearning for young people who have the managerial acumen, administrative acumen, who have been proven worthy to deliver. For me, if you have only PDP and APC in the ballot and not voting,
which youth can stand as a president now?
It's not up to me to say which youth. What we are saying is we are encouraging youth to come out and register. And again, if there is resolve from the youth that we are going to register, come election, we are coming en masse to vote. I tell you that the PDP and APC will not be able to rig it. They rig it because people show lackadaisical attitude towards voting. Look at the apathy that greeted the last local government election conducted in Lagos State and even in Ogun State. You see that people did not come out to vote. So when you create that avenue, you leave it for politicians to explore, to rig. But if people come out en masse, look at during NSAS, as unfortunate as it is an eye-opener of what mass movement can do. Even the well-known miscreants in the society, the one they normally call Abba, they could not confront the resolve of the youths because they have that resolve to come out and do something unanimously. So if that unanimous nature could be formed for purpose of raising power from all these old politicians that have not been able to survey the Nigerian economy, that have not been able to bring about development, I think we'll have a headway.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr.
Thank
Matthew.
you very much.
Wonderful one from Mr. Matthew. Yeah, I have Mr. Samuel this morning. Mr. Samuel, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian. Good morning, viewers at home. Good morning, everybody. My name is Samuel Effiong.
We have a lot to discuss this morning.
Yes, I know. I wish as many as those headlines are, they would really be wonderful and interesting and we'll have good news. But
let me start with this education summit. Buhari is saying that Nigeria size population major challenge for any government.
I don't understand. Buhari says what?
In education.
Okay.
Buhari is saying that our population has been a challenge in developing education in Nigeria.
No, I'm not yapping. I'm just going to say the obvious fact. Well, I think is showing you can't give what you don't have in the first place. So, having said that, you can't do beyond what you have an understanding about. And insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So the president is, in the last 6 years, has always been good at giving excuses and looking for who to push blames to, and for the result of failures and consistent failures upon failures that is still going to fail. So now the first question is in mind is going to ask the president is, was the population number or census not there when he was campaigning and contesting, and when he was saying they are going to feed the school children, they are going to build schools, they are going to be, was he dreaming or was he sleeping? Was the presidency sleeping, or were his campaign team on cheap drugs? It was obvious that the population was over 200 million as when he was campaigning. So is that an excuse? Is that reasonable as at this time, after 6 years, you're just knowing? Is that an argument? Is that a statement that should even be discussed? So now you are making noise about population. Do you know what the population of China is? Do you know what the population of India is? Is that a yardstick of comparison? So you shouldn't even be talking. What you should say is you've failed to develop the educational system, just like you failed to develop hospitals to treat yourself in your clinic. In Nassau clinic. So he has been showing his level of failing style over time.
Is population a challenge in Africa?
Population is not a challenge. Corruption and greed is a challenge. Hypocrisy and double standard and the lack of political will to do the needful is a challenge. Population has never been a challenge. Rather, population is a strength. It depends on the perspective and view you look at that subject of conversation. China has a better population, higher, far than Nigeria. China is dominating the world economically. Nigeria doesn't even have up to about 20% of the population of China. This is our population that is moving to 1.something billion. India, 1.something billion. So you are talking of a population of 200 people, 200 million, and you are making noise as if you are the most populated country in the world. Are you dreaming? Are you joking? Like, seriously? You don't know the meaning of population statistics compared to the world? And you don't know what those countries of the world did to make their population a striving force. So it means you need to go and read or probably go to kindergarten school so that they will go and teach you how you can make your population a source of strength and not a source of weakness, and not a source or a tool for necessary nagging at every point in time. That is why you were elected to office. You were elected to office to proffer solutions. So it's not to come out after 6 years and now say the population is a challenge. No, that is allowing logic stand on your head. The population was there when you were campaigning. So it shows the man is not. I am not sure that man really knows what is going on within his family itself.
our Super Cup, our celebrated cup, Abba Kyari, has been fingered in a scandal, in a fraud.
No, Abba Kyari is just one among the system of the kind of people we recruit. So most governmental system, not just the police, the army. I was talking to an army officer, an oil company in Port Harcourt. We tell army to supply them army officers, and when they supply them army officers, army now does the work of policing in Nigeria. And when they supply them the work of police, their guys at the top charge per head 150,000. Pay those army, the recruit, the constable, the lance corporal, the corporal sergeant, 30,000 naira.
30,000.
Yes, they pay them 150,000 naira per head. Most of the oil firms. So you see the big boys in the army, the commanders and the big boys using Prado, sending their children to overseas countries and living an affluent life. So a month, some of these guys make up to 20-30 million. As a result of oil firm and private firm in some of these oil regions. Even in Lagos, mobile police squadron commanders send boys every week. They pay about 200, maybe a month they pay 100,000. So they pay those boys 20,000, 25,000. So you see, that is where they make most of the money from. That is now excluded from the atrocities the system legalizes that these people engage in from time to time in memorial. So it is just one. Abba Kyari will probably be one of the most decent police. If you start going into the nitty-gritty, the deep root, if you want to do investigation of some of these actions. Now, the worrisome part is that out of maybe 100 of such, we will not hear one. It will not make you look as if it's new. What is new? It's a norm that has been in the Nigerian circles for over 30 years or 40 years of probably 50 or 60 years of our existence. So it's nothing new to some of us. In fact, the case of the OC SARS in Akuzu, he collected money from the parents. The boy was about 20 or 21 years old. He killed the boy. So what has happened? So because it is internationalized, that there was a case that involves an international recognition of the United States government. So he's not looking as if it's a new news or it's a breaking news or something that has not been happening like a norm in this country. The case that involves the captain in Taraba State and the police officer, what has happened? So it's a norm. So let us not pretend. You know, the problem with this country is the level of pretense, hypocrisy is so endemic that we make things that is norm look as if it's one big deal. Ha! A Super Cup. What is Super Cup? Now Robo Cup. Nobody Super Cup. Yeah, rather Super Cup. So now the truth is, there's a 68-page document of investigation. See, when America, I was reading some comments. Some people will say British will not release its citizens. Some were even comparing Russia will not release. You know, sometimes I don't like engaging in some argument. The truth is, in as much as there are points in some of those statements, what we should look at is of how many such cases. Not that we're not saying that they have a perfect society. You don't be misquoting it. Will you coherently say that the British would have over time within the country? How many of such cases there are? But it's so minimal rather than the endemic system we allow as a norm here. That's number one. Number two, do you have what it takes to stand against the United States government head to head when it comes to technology and whatever sanctions? You don't have it, so release the man. So you can't compare Nigeria competing with Russia or Israel or British, all those countries you mentioned. You can't compete even with South Africa here. So how much more? Are you joking? Are you dreaming? So how much more United? See, it will only take US 2 jet fighter. They will put one in Ghana as a backup. They will send one. Just only 6 army officers will pick him anywhere he is in Nigeria. We've seen so many. Go and read about when US went to Afghan, Operation Delta Storm. Go and read out who Abba Kyari. They will even carry Malami and the presidency. Nobody will be sleeping. We will sleep with Abba Kyari. By 11 p.m. in the morning, 6 a.m., we will see breaking news in CNN. Then our news agency will start copying and paste by 7 a.m. With a joke. It is a black man. They did an investigation of 69 pages. And they did the linkage from when the numbers were changed, how it was changed, As at the point, go and read his online now. They don't come. See, when America want to, that does not mean that they probably might not switch over on some issues within their side, though. It is in their liberty. If you two can have that kind of sense system to cover up some things, don't let the world do it. But even your own system, you are not even truthful to your citizens. So how much more you are now indicting? I want to blame. I was listening to. I'm in a group of a WhatsApp group, and sometimes when you are in those kind of group, you limit your comments when you evaluate the intelligence of the people you're commenting with. They said America to have corruption cases. Why haven't they? Then I told them that if Nigeria to have what it takes, challenge them. Bring out their corruption cases and tell us that you want to go and pick so-so person in America that you feel. You see, yes, those people, I know so many of them that are struggling to get the so-called American visa. So the point still remains that the evidence that came out, even him. Now the question is, when police they do operation for Nigeria, so now one person will call you for phone. My name is Joshua. Then they threaten my family, Abba, Kyari, come go arrest them, come go arrest them. You now go, that is how police works in Nigeria. Now the first thing I need to ask, because it is a pity that some of us grew up in police barrack and directly or indirectly we have relations in the army. They should go and bring the case file where Abba Kyari wrote down the statement. Then Abba Kyari should give us the response of who was the IPO, the investigative police officer in that case. Abba Kyari should not give us the list of police officers who carried out the arrest. Abba Kyari should not give us an evidential proof of how the investigation was carried out to now ascertain the fact that Vincent, because he said he later discovered that it was two friends. So when you, as at the point you discovered, so what did you do? Did you take the case to court that it was a fraudulent case, or you swept it under the carpet? So in fact, from his, he shouldn't have responded. That's why I said some people are thinking that these people are so much, they are very smart. They are not smart even in their actions. It's just that the system has embodied them to do impunity in their level of non-smartness. So having established that it is two friends that are fighting, now did Abba, I'm reacting to his response. He has not been convicted in the court of law, and I don't want to convict him yet, but I'm reacting to his response. Did he move the case to the Department of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission? Because the case involved is an Economic and Financial Crimes Commission case. After he discovered. So the question that will pop up from his statement that I read on Facebook, from his Facebook handle, is enormous to make a man think that there are more questions for him to answer. In fact, to even make it worrisome, you went to collect clothes. That was so when has he turned him and Oshwopi now turned to fashion designer or tailor to be exchanging. In fact, when I read it, it was not much adding up. You don't need to be a psychologist to decipher that something is missing in all of this statement. So now when I read the IG statement, I want to constitute and investigating what America investigated, brought out a template and investigated of 69 pages with phone numbers and link of those phone numbers, and Oshwopi has pleaded guilty with his phone with them, and the phone numbers of our guy at the top, our Super Cup, is on the national page, is almost on all media. Then you want to investigate. Do you have what it takes to investigate such cases? In police college, where do they teach them cyber and computer investigation? I challenge them to an open debate. From police, I've seen their college syllabus once, not twice. Where in police college do they, except for those that who goes for crash courses after you've joined police in cyber crimes and economic and some other cases, you join here EFCC. Where in police college training do they teach you investigation of computer and cyber crime operation in this country, this Nigeria, where senators say they never get 3G for the house? In police college syllabus, I challenge them to an open debate. Where in this country? So the IG and the Attorney General knows what they should do the needful. They should just go ahead and do the needful. Now, if he's found not guilty, I'll clap for him. Then they bring him back and he continues. So it's just a clarification of name. But from his statement, there are so many pit holes, that if you match it up from the operation he went to involve himself as a deputy commissioner of police, my brother, there's much to ask.
One more question. Nigerians waiting for PDP to return. That is Atiku. And APC responded, our people won't go back to Egypt. I just want to respond to that.
You see, we are in a very big problem in this country. And the truth is, the better we keep saying the truth, the better it is. But the point is, majority don't like the truth. When the APC say they don't want to take us to Egypt, so now, have we been out of Egypt? We are backward before Egypt now. Check all statistics of the economy, terrorism index, access to justice, freedom of speech, from Amnesty International to World Terrorism Index to even following every statistical figure that you can measure a country. I mean, a sane notion. Nigeria is not among. Rather, the statistics are declining. Yeah, this will got APC and PDP. APC majorly will come and say they are not in Egypt. Okay, this is what you get. People have started running again. So I guess it's tax force.
Normal thing in Lagos.
In Lagos. So these are the kind of people that say we are not in Egypt. We are once before Egypt. In fact, we are not only before Egypt. We are in hell. So now, if it is Egypt, PDP want to take us to, I feel most people, because of the level of suffering, not because they love PDP, we don't have choice. Just like the way we don't have choice in 2015. In order to create a new template, because then they felt the insecurity and so many factors were disturbing, and it was, not knowing that it will be worse. So people don't have choice, because a third force will be so difficult to. Do you know what it takes to campaign for the post of the presidency and have agents in 776 local government areas of Nigeria? Do you know what it takes? You need to be in billions of naira. You need to have the money that some people probably would have either stolen or acquired, or probably get some. I don't know how they do get this money. So for you to contest for councillor, they will say you to go and contest. Which youth? You never chop belle full. You say make you to go contest. Where you want start from? How? You won't have money to do poster. How much more? 70% of those who will support you are not educated alike. They need to be this voice you will pay and are ready to smoke weed and stand behind you in this country. You know, people type because most of them, they don't vote. The ones that vote inside Eleke Estate and Ikoyi. And a reasonable number have not really come outside during election days and work and discuss with some of them. Lekoi. Sometimes some of us, as educated as you are, we need to wear face cap and bend our neck in order to work in Lagos when it's election time. Now so my brother will go vote you. If you are normal, they will break your head and shoot you there. So some of these people don't even know what it is to even mingle with some of these political class. How much more standing head to head with them? You say want to contest, you will die an untimely death, and nobody will see your body. So even now when they see your body, they don't say you die. They will say you lost, say you don't go out somewhere. So you don't have money, you don't have the structure, these people have hijacked the economy, they've hijacked the structure, they've hijacked the security apparatus. So they've hijacked the judiciary, they have the boys to pay, they have the violence. So where will you start from? As you did now, may person say, I was telling to my friend, he said, as you did now, as we work out together. Make person one deceive you, say you're a youth. So good and fine. It's good to talk for WhatsApp and comment page for YouTube channel and some other. Oh yeah, come and go and contest. Your father have only whether 10-bedroom flats. Somewhere in Yanoworo, one row hold house. Let's say you want to contest for local council. You now start working. Maybe Young Democratic Party. He's a member. And I supported him. The first two places we went to, the Agbero that we met, the guy say, you people won't have money to buy only Igboho and small stuff to give me to follow you. There are places you can't compare to, they will shoot you. I looked at the buyer, I said, buy your shot, Igboho. How do we start from? So what we did was, we met some educated ones we can talk to that have head. Those ones say, I'll vote for you. Even if I know that you won't win, but I believe in your conviction. So that was how we started. But there are places, no man born of a woman. I repeat, anybody who dares try it should come outside and we follow them. The last local government election, I have a friend I brought to the pundit last 2 weeks. He participated in that election. The person that won in a particular local government in Lagos is a school staff holder. But because he has the followership and the grassroots, because they've used money and security, nobody can confront it now. So the young boy that was a university graduate that is contesting, we were supporting him. We had to only meet some few. The market woman does not want to listen to you. How much you go give me now? When you enter, they don't care what you want to do. So anybody who says the youth don't want to, let them come to Ogba. Our location is in Ogba, Ikeja. We will join the political party. There are more than 10 political parties who can join together. I will now place him as a candidate. I will contest. Let him. I will only, he's councillor, not chairman. No. We will now use leg together. We were here now. See, it's good to sit online. We have online campaigners. We have few foot soldiers in this country. And that's why some people can have the mind to stand in this kind of place to talk. Where a majority stay in their comfort and you now say change comes, how many people can have that mind to even stand here? That's the first question. How many in this country? So the first thing we need to do is not to say the youth should go. The youth did not go. Now chicken died for answers for toll gate. I'm asking you, now chicken died there. The youth did not go. Now chicken them pursue for Jota toll gate. You were there. These guys were carrying gun face to face and opening it. We had to run. I had to run to a filling station in Tota. Yeah, the youth has not done anything, no, Abi. Okay. The youth has not. See.
Your final thought.
My final thought is, in summarizing the whole of this, from the headlines of the international disgrace we've gotten, from the case of Sunday Igboho, Nnamdi Kanu rendition, now Abba Kyari, the government should do the need. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. If this country will move forward, we should know how if the country will move forward in the next 10 years. Oh, we don't need our current action. We determine our futuristic gains. So from what you are doing, those who are hell-bent and saying, Nigeria is one, be seeing it, how the future will look like. We don't need to give back to the children before we know the future. And those who can run should run. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Thank you.
Very much. I have Mr. Raphael. Good morning, Mr.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Chiku, my brother.
I have 3 Niger here. He's saying something. I think 3 Niger. He's saying that Abba Kyari knows so many national secrets. No country will hand over their top security officials to another country.
Thank you so much. That is for 2 Niger.
3 Niger.
Okay, 3 Niger has translated to 2 Niger. Okay, 2 Niger has translated to 3 Niger. The reason why 3 Niger is saying this is because anything that is born of snake will never be devoid of long neck. Some snakes are dotted, I mean their skins, they have dotted skins. They will never be devoid of spots on their body. 3 Niger, you spoke well anyway, because this man is an undercover detective. I know he's a spy for federal government, but I have a word for you, 3 Niger. I don't know how broad you are or wide on learning and reading. For your information, the people that are coming for the Super Cup, Abba Kyari, is not from Enugu State CID. They are not from CID headquarters, Umuahia. They are not from Abuja. They are not from Federal Bureau of Investigation, Yaba. 3 Niger, for your information, the people that are coming for Abba Kyari are from the United States of America. They are experts in forensic, FORENCIC investigation. They are good on unearthing whatever is hidden or concealed by men. The only investigation American FBI could not unearth on this earth we are is an investigation, an event, an occurrence that God Almighty has decided on and said nobody can unravel the riddle. I tell you that the FBI you are talking about, they have taken on a case on the American priest. His name is Mark Carrick, currently, today being 30th July. The man committed this offense, child abuse in the 70s in America. They have unearthed it and revived it, and the case is on progress. The old man is to be prosecuted. Whether 2 Niger, 3 Niger likes it or not, whether Derek likes it or not, whether Abba Kyari
The criminal Super Cop knows it.
The court has not.
No, he was among the police officer that killed and maimed innocent Nigeria. Super Cop Abba Kyari is indicted on the killing, police brutality in Nigeria that is part of NSAS protests in Nigeria last year. Do your investigation too well. Many court hearing, many prosecutors, police IPOs, they finger his name in this everywhere in Nigeria.
He was in charge of SARS at the time.
Thank you. Super Cop Abba Kyari is guilty of genocide in Nigeria. If we call spade a spade, the police brutality in Nigeria that is part of NSAS protests last year, Super Cop Abba Kyari is at the head. I know what I'm saying. Are you listening to me? Come to me, Hush Puppy. The guy, the only one Nigerian that has committed the first and the highest internet fraudster in Nigeria so far, Hush Puppy, fingered Super Cop Abba Kyari as an accomplice. As far as I'm concerned, Hush Puppy should be in his 30s, if not up to 40.
37.
Thank you. Early 40. Is no longer a toddler. I don't know whether my pronunciation is right to you guys. Toddler, T-A-T-O-D-D-L-E-R. Look at the dictionary, the meaning. Toddler, baby, babies. Do you understand? Hush Puppy is not a baby anymore. Hush Puppy knows A, B, C, D. He knows green, he knows color green, he knows color black or color yellow. There are many super cops in Nigeria, yet he did not finger them. He fingered Abba Kyari. Allow me to speak on. Please, I'm talking to gentlemen, our viewers in abroad and in Nigeria. I tell you that whatsoever, no matter who we are, whatsoever a man sow on earth, that he shall reap. Abba Kyari, the super cop, masterminding the police brutality, SARS operation across this country called Nigeria, is now indicted, has been indicted. In fact, it is a shocking indictment. Shocking. Bros, it is English. I don't speak complicated English. I always clink on that. Very, very simplified English. Even if it sounds so high, my brother, if you get there, you will know the meaning. It is an shocking indictment this time around that the so-called super cop that killed Nigerian youths, all in the name of fraudster, has been fingered on an internet scam in collaboration with the almighty Hush Puppy. I tell you, they are going to extradite him into the United States.
What if Nigeria refuses to release?
Thank you so much for that question. United States of America, U.S. government, you know, Joe Biden, White House, Pentagon, you over there, headquarters of FBI in Washington, you all know. Christopher Frey, that is your name, the Director General of FBI now, currently in America. You know how complicated is the Nigerian government. They are very, very adamant. They are very, very as strong as adamant as stone. They are good on twisting. They are twister. Anyway, American Japanese rapper, I'm not insulting you. Nigerian government are twisters. They can twist what is red to black. They can change white to green. You are listening now. They will walk, they will put hands together, all hands on table, on desk, to make sure that you don't whisk off Abba Kyari, the super cop, into your territory there for trial. But SARS, from Pentagon Department of FBI and headquarters, White House, please work harder. Work harder with your forensic investigation. This time around, you don't need fingerprints. What you need is what? Documents. Those payments at the tune of $1.1 million. There is payment slips. There are payment slips. Sorry. Use Tracer's reports. Grill Hush Puppy the more. Grill him more. He's going to come out with good information that will help you track down the super cop without much argument. He is so subtle as snake. He is working now to thwart that effort that will lead to his arrest. Please, Nigerian police, super cops, or whatever you call them, let me tell you, they are good on the seats. They are more deceptive than the so-called fraudsters in Nigeria. I'm telling you that this man killed and maimed innocent Nigerians all in the name of scam, internet fraud. But he's still, oh God, at the back of the scene, behind the scene, remoting, working with internet fraudsters in Nigeria. Nemesis, lot of retribution. It has caught up with him. 3 Niger, you are there. I'm talking to you. Forensic experts from Pentagon, they are coming. I tell you, by the time they finish with Abba Kyari, the super cop, woe betide you and Abba Kyari. So let me tell you, Christian, there's nothing you can do on this earth that will not come up. Abba Kyari is a criminal. See, before you could succeed on getting money, let me use the word fetching money from abroad, let me tell you how the involvement. There must be an offshore account from where that money could be or should be paid in dollars. Then the Brody changes parts. Those houses you see there, they are the one that will call the money from London into this country. You cannot pay money in dollars into Huge Puppy's account in Nigeria, local account, unless Huge Puppy opens a domiciliary account with any bank in Nigeria. Unless if he's running such account domiciliary, that is when they will be paying direct from that offshore. Oga, please, EFCC agents, they are behind internet frauds in Nigeria.
It's an allegation.
I'm telling you, you might target an allegation. Any other person might see it the other way around. But I am telling you that they collude together with these Yahoo boys, these scammers, and bringing this money into the country. Go and read well what transpired between Huge Puppy and Abba Kyari. You will still arrive at the conclusion that I'm right here.
Okay, let's move away from Abba Kyari. Nigerians waiting for PDP to return. That is Atiku.
Well, Atiku is waiting for PDP to return so that we will.
APC responded and said, our people won't go back to Egypt.
Okay, so much. Now, we can't go back to Egypt because we're in Egypt already. It is a right statement from APC. That's good. When somebody talks, you think well and know how to talk, because your speech alone could lead you to doom. Ordinary something you say can give you jail term, something that comes out from mouth. APC is right, because APC government is already Egyptian regime. No, it was the time when the peoples of the Lord were suffering in Egypt, laying bricks, construction of the great pyramids. They are the one that did it, working under their taskmasters, APC masters, government, public office holders in APC regime. They are our taskmasters in Egypt. The Egyptians, Christian. There are many things that signifies that we are currently on Egyptian regime. Nothing is working. In terms of entertainment, it's collapsed. NFA, the football body in Nigeria here, they can never accept anybody or enroll anybody into Nigerian Football Association or into Super Egos without what? Give me, I take. Bribe. That's what I'm saying about sports sector. Musical entertainment, they know what is wrong, they won't correct it until a musician come out and sing politically to correct the political anomalies in the polity of this country. They will from back threaten him. Example, when Two-Face Libya was about to lead protests against this Egyptian regime, APC, of course, is talking about, they threatened Two-Face Libya behind the scene, at the back. They don't want to come out and say Two-Face, blah, 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 blah. They call him on phone. Want to stay alive? Follow our instruction.
Remember the people in the past, how we dealt with them. Two-Face do what? Nothing they happen. Nobody want that, but they want go heaven. He withdraw. Two-Face withdraw from that protest. Economical wise, Nigerian government doesn't want to allow the Igbos to have their ways in the current government. And the CLPC is telling us that they are running a government of what? Inclusion. A government of seclusion of other section of the country. That is the current Egyptian government APC is talking about. They exclude other part of the country region and they included only one section, which is Fulani. And that's the Rock Caucus, the Cabals. Okay? The whole section of this country is down. We are in Egyptian regime. But let me shock you. I'm not trying to side PDP. Atiku should go and sit down. He's an old enough to decide my fate as a young man. Atiku is old enough to decide the fate of innocent youths of this country. Atiku is not the right person that can lead us to the promised land. He was there before, and we are still in this regime of Egypt. In fact, he was one of the fire or flames that orchestrated or compelled us to be involved in this kind of junta Egyptian regime. Pharaoh, yes, APC started it. Let me tell you, I am not in support of PDP. I'm not trying to exonerate APC. I am a man on my own. PDP was there, they couldn't get it right. Jonathan was there, he was romancing the power and the clause, immunity clause given to him as a president. He romanced it and romanced it. Now, a tyrant is in charge, is detecting to us. He's not teaching Jonathan what Jonathan would have done or could have done when he was there. Oga, my final thought is, why are you cursing darkness? Cursing, I don't mean curse. Why are you cursing darkness? Why not lit up the candle? Nigerians, stop cursing darkness. Lit up the candle so that darkness will do what? Disappear. That's my final thought.
Thank you very much.
But I want to remind you that today, I celebrate today with Olympic Organizing Committee for their efforts, for the good things they have done by sanctioning 10 Nigerian athletes. Because Nigerian government did not do the needful. Those 10 athletes, they are there now, gnashing their teeth. Is it good? The government of the day is not right. That's why they sanctioned them. Go and investigate well. They are coming back home disappointed. I say sorry to them. They are my brothers and sisters. It is because of what? Bad regime. Careless regime. A regime that is so indifferent for our well-being and sustenance.
Okay.
Today, mark it 30th July. Are you listening to me? It is a year, it was a year, 30th July 1930, a year that the whole world joined together and started the round object sports called football in Uruguay. And Uruguay beat what? Argentina 4-2. The first country to have carried the World Cup is Uruguay. The first countries that reached the first is 2 countries. Now, we are not talking about sports because Nigeria can never ever do the needful, which is why they relegated those 10 athletes and sent them home. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Mr. Sunday, good morning.
Good morning. All Nigerian are drug dealer. Even like their president, Buhari, you know, they take drugs. That's why he could not tell those people where they go disgrace. I said, thank God I never watched their team Olympic. What did they call Nigeria?
Somebody broke a record, 14-year record. She won gold in the Olympics.
So the remaining 10 where they don't pursue, that one another new record of pursuing them out of the Olympic because of drugs. And we have Nigeria people in airport. When those people are going, they could not test them. The other day, a man was laughing at them, quarreling them. Why would they come and represent Nigeria, a country that never value human being. Everybody was just clamoring, shouting. My brother, you see I'm now. Where are they? Nowhere to be found. So what do you have?
Abba Kyari has been fingered in fraud. I just want your take. I know you know about the story.
All police, all this commissioner of police, IG of police, all of them, their hands are not clean. If Abba Kyari want to prove himself that he is an innocent, let him go to US so that we will know who be who. Did I think that this US and Nigeria, there's nothing, even though he like, he say whether his hand is clean. America is not Nigeria. Anything that Americans bring out, they have been investigating it. They arrest Hush Puppy, that is 2020, if I didn't make mistake. Then, and that matter have been online. They have been monitoring it till now. And Hush Puppy may have told them, but they want to investigate the issue before they bring it out. But now they have investigated, and they know that Abba Kyari, the person that say his hand is clean, that is shedding innocent blood in the east. Now I said something about that thing that the day that the Abba Kyari cup will full, he will know that the blood of innocent people that he has killed have rise up. You understand? I said it before. If I didn't, I remember very well that I warned him because he has shed many blood in the east. He will go and kill innocent youth and be jubilating, say he have killed ESN. ESN are they bandit? He has been in Abuja for how many years? He could not sanction bandit, he could not fight bandit. But when they sent him to east, he was just jubilating, happy that he say he's super cup Abba Kyari. He go to carry shoulder, but where is he now? Even though America did not arrest him, but his name, his image has been damaged. And that is what I like most in that case. They are damaged image, they are killed his career, because he's now among, no wonder he went to go and meet Obi Kubana that day. He sit down with them, die with them, so that they will give him money again. All of them in police uniform are criminals.
Not all of them.
Okay? If person like Abba Kyari can be accused of such
he has not been convicted.
Is it not in Nigeria, but a country like America declaring he wanted? That to show you that his name now is in a red alert list. If the IG of police like, or that one where they can't prove as IG of police, if anything where they like, may they do. America is America, Nigeria is Nigeria. If you want to know about Nigeria, Nigeria number 1 is corruption. Number 2 is killing. Number 3 is hatred. Number 4, stagnancy everywhere. That is why no country now is happy with Nigeria. ECOWAS is angry. United Nations are angry with the same Buhari. And that's why I ask you, Buhari went to represent Nigeria for Education Summit. And yesterday he is still presiding over Oshibanjo, who called himself a professor. I wonder what Buhari go tell them for there. If they want to help Nigeria, let them bring Buhari to TV so that he will tell us what he learned for that Education Summit, what he have carried to come and add to education of Nigeria, so that we will know whether he learned it for there. Other than I assure you, my fellow Nigeria, now he go to talk for inside that TV wey dey there, because nothing past that one. My fellow Nigeria, I assure you,
waiting for PDP come 2023.
Both PDP, APC, they are the same thing. APC say Nigeria will not go back to Egypt.
Yes.
You know that actually APC have returned back from Israel, even though it's only Nigeria I know that some people still return back from Israel back to Egypt. Because when APC come, he carry us, bring us back to Egypt. We are in Egypt now. Egypt where
APC say that we won't go back to Egypt.
They are the one. Thank God for them to save it. They have already put us in Egypt. I don't know the Egypt where we are going to. APC have put us in Egypt already. For them to say Nigeria will not return back to Egypt. The Egypt where we are now, we are begging for food. Nigeria is begging for everything. Where the Israel and Egypt, not be beg that they beg every day. Then they find water, they starve what to eat. That's why APC coming to power. They think that is working before they spoil them. Anything that is good before they spoil them. And now they get mad to talk. What are they saying? Egypt, with another Egypt, they have 2 Egypt. The Egypt we are now is no worse than the other Egypt that they are talking about. My brother, APC have put us in Egypt, and this Egypt we have now is worse than the Egyptian you hear before. You understand? So our prayer now is how we go come up for this Egypt where they put us like this. Because APC and Buhari, all of them, put us for Egypt. APC can never win election free and fair without bribing. They cannot, because nobody can vote for them. Who will vote for them?
So
you understand?
How do we leave this Egypt now? Like what you said.
Okay, because I'm not sure that there will be election in 2023. Number one, I'm not sure because of the way things are going. Election may not hold, because if they want to do the election, people will die. Blood will flow. You know why? Because we have blood monger. People that are ready to suck the blood of the innocent one. They are ready to suck. And that one, God will not allow that election to hold, so that they will divide Nigeria. Nigeria will be divided. If they like, let them divide Nigeria into 20 pieces. You know, concern me, but my prayer every day that let them divide Nigeria. Because this is where we are now. No, only one tribe they rule Nigeria. Hausa people. Go to Abuja now. Who are the people ruling? Oshibanjo said we be Yoruba. They put am for backyard. He's not talking. You know, if he talk, I stand for imposition again. Well, Lala Muhammad did there. Malami did there. Baba Mungulu did there. This man, Abba Mustafa did there. IGO police, northern people. Chief of Army Staff, Ifrani man. Custom DG, Ifrani man. Air Force, everything in Nigeria is under INEC chairman. Election one I want to. The certain leader just they say give a president, give a president. Who be the INEC chairman? Who make the final decision in the election? Election they do in 2019 that all the election no only court na end them, no na country be that. No only Nigeria do election, all the election na court na they end the election, na court they end the election. All no any other country do election where court end the way from local government to senator to House of Representatives, all of them are court ender. So that the same election we want to for 2023 is not possible.
Which one do you prefer, PDP or APC?
Okay, I don't prefer any of them. Two of them are bastard. They are the one put us where we are today. Two of them are bastard. Two of them they no get future for us. Atiku by this time Atiku should have been in one place, putting somebody and tell him what to do and bring. But there will not be election. I never support election in this country again because we have been doing elections since 1960. What have we achieved? Nothing. We have achieved feeding their children and their family, but starving other people. When election come, they will tell us to go and vote. They will go higher talk, on key people where they vote for polling unit. And you tell me that to do election, no go better for
your final thoughts.
My brother, my final talk. Please, America, come and carry Abba come up for Nigeria. And United Kingdom, I mean. If you can hold Buhari for there, ask him about the killing happening in Nigeria, whether he's justified, Abi is happy about what is happening in this land. Mona ask him very well because Buhari, where you will see so, is a blood-sucking demon. Thank you.
Thank you. We are moving to the end of Bystanders at the Newsstand. There's a GoFundMe account that is pasted on the live chat. And there's a link. Click on the link and support Flip TV, support the reviewers, and also support the company to upgrade their facilities. I'm Christian Chiku on this edition of Bystanders at the Newsstand. Thank you for your lively chat and also comments. A big thank you to the man behind the camera, Mr. Femi, and also a big thank you to Boss Flip TV. We are on Instagram. Flip TV NG on Instagram, Flip TV NG. Then Facebook E247 Facebook. We have more updates of our programs there. Bye for now till we meet tomorrow by God's grace.